boiling leg, putting Lego in one's nose, ripping off Lego's arms and legs. These are the dumb things kids do with Legos. Number 10, children enjoy chewing on Lego. Hardly would you find a kid who doesn't chew on toys, but chewing can turn into a problem if it starts to result in damaging things or exposing children to choking or chemical risks. Chewing can turn into a serious problem when it consumes a child's attention to the point where they're unable to engage in normal everyday activities. From toy cars to shoes to tires to collectibles and to other bigger toys, you just can't imagine what toys you'll find on a kid's eat list. But then it's high time we taught our kids not to keep chewing on their toys, because chewing on things generally comes with a whole lot of dangers, including breaking or chipping their teeth, risk of infections, and damage. Number 9, burning Lego. Burning toys is one of the dangerous acts that kids are fond of. If kids are not properly taught not to burn their toys, they could end up setting the whole house on fire. Kids are funny. They'll want to see whether or not the toys will burn when put in the fire. Reminds me of when our neighbor's daughter almost set their whole house on fire. Thanks to the older brother who saved the day as he smelled burning coming from the living room. The most surprising thing was how the poor kid laughed all through. Here's a piece of advice. No matter how cheap the toys are, you should teach your kids not to burn them. Not only is this going to save the toys, it's also going to save your house. Number 8, sharp, scary claws and tattoos. Before we move any further, I think I should warn you beforehand that this is going to be scary. Unlike the dark witches you find in the movies, these sharp, scary claws are simply a concept that older children use to trick the younger ones. Brick separators, when taped to your fingers, resemble enormous claws. You remember Wolverine, don't you? That's the kind of feeling you get when you have those imaginary sharp claws. Also, tattooing is one of the hacks that kids find amazing. A cool tattoo-like mark is left on your hand if you press your hand against a Lego base plate for an extended period of time. Of course, many children wanted to get one. I can bet you tried this out too. Don't pretend like you didn't. If you think these were dumb, things are about to get dumber. Keep watching to see what's next. Number 7, trying to be overly creative, then destroy it all. One top secret about children is they like to try out new things. Children love to explore. It's practically a default setting. They lay their hands on Lego, you'd be amazed at what they come up with. Unfortunately, when a soup becomes too spicy or salty, no one wants it. Same way creativity becomes a flop when it's misused. Even though creativity is difficult to overlook, especially when you have a new set of tools, you mustn't overdo it. To be honest, I once fell for this. Since I'm a Lego fan, I really made extremely bizarre things while growing up. One of them was my decision to make a really crappy Lego house using practically every shape and color available. I don't mind if the colors were related or in a row. I just continued to layer them up one on top of the other until I was tired. At the end of the day, I trashed all my efforts. Really crazy. Number 6, rolling Lego in the mud and building imaginary pools. Who else noticed that children naturally love playing with water? Now here's the irony. Some children may cry when it's time to have their bath, but when it's time to play with water, they suddenly become excited. Kids would make their Legos into different shapes and objects only to dip them into water, mud water at that. When I was a child, I used to take my Lego cars outside and play with them in the mud. Apart from ruining the beautifully made cars, I also ruined my clothes. As if that wasn't enough, I would on some occasions make use of our sinks. Other kids do it too. If they have a sink, they'll fill it with water and pretend it's a pool. Actually, you can construct a pool out of Legos and then fill it with water. Don't tell me you fell for that. That won't work since it will leak. Number 5, battle of minifigures. The sound of battle instills fear and trembling in the hearts of children as well as adults. However, children and even adults enjoy using cannons to fire round bricks in the faces of minifigs. And if you wiggle a base plate, it makes a very pleasant sound. I once went straight to my storage bins and started creating an army because I was about to construct my enormous Lego battle. I wanted to make my friends envious of my battle formation. I had to create a massive battleground for them to fight on. I built sizable fortifications with walls, some cannons on top, and the Dodge Challenger 2 on the side. Most of the ideas were drawn from movies like The Avengers, The Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the like. Number 4, making imaginary armored vehicles. Some people think that children don't retain memories from movies they watch. How do you think they got ideas for armored vehicles? Kids are very good at making a lot of things out of Legos. After creating a beautiful car, they'll go ahead to attach a bunch of weird things to it like guns. Basically, the more guns you have, the better equipped your car. I remember how I was in a battle with my friends using Lego car. Armored vehicles were one of the coolest things you could make out of your Lego. But then it was just all imaginary. I still can't believe I fell for that game. It's nothing but a mere time waster. But not to the children. Kids love to war with them. Starting now, things get even dumber. Keep watching until the end. Number 3, ripping off Lego's arms and legs. First of all, let me ask you this question. Are toys in Lego meant to be ripped? Straight to the point, no. They're not intended to be ripped apart. Unfortunately, kids will always behave like kids. One moment you see them playing, and another they have their toys ripped apart. Even though some toys give children the opportunity to disassemble and reassemble them, one still has to be careful so that they're done the right way. Moreover, continuously trying to do so will make the toys loose. I don't think you want that. There's this awkward feeling parents get when they see their children ripping off their toys. As much as you want to correct them, you don't want to offend them either. You don't have to scream at your kids for removing the hand and legs or other body parts of their toys. You can demonstrate to your kids how to completely disassemble and reassemble Lego minifigures without causing wear and tear to the parts. Additionally, you can set aside some time to practically teach them a few ways they can use the components within their own builds to produce different unique shapes, buildings, and other structures. Number 2, the dumb idea of putting Lego in one's nose. You know what? I think kids are some sort of an island for weirdness. As hilarious as this idea is, it's actually strange how kids act like kids. Can you see how that little child is crying helplessly as if someone intentionally stuck the Lego in his nose? Well, he got the Lego blown out, all thanks to his father. How about this kid who got Lego stuck in his nose for about 2 years? In 2018, Dunedin, New Zealand resident Samar Anwar, age 7, stuffed a tiny Lego piece up his nostril. The worried parents took their son to the doctor in a bid to get the Lego out of his nose. But guess what? The Lego seemed to have disappeared, and even the doctor was unable to locate or get rid of it. But on a fateful night, this child bent over and took a massive sniff of pink cupcakes, and his nose immediately started to hurt. His mother assisted him in blowing his nose because she assumed he had inhaled some cake crumbs. However, a tiny piece of black Lego that was fungus-covered fell out instead of pink cake crumbs. After 2 years? It's just unbelievable. Lastly, number 1, boiling Lego. Needless to say that kids are very inquisitive and would do anything to get answers. Have you ever wondered whether your toys and minifigures actually have life in them? Every child has gone through this stage where they wondered if their toys could get hurt. I've seen kids try to boil Lego to see if they're destructible. Some children will even pretend to cry, expressing the pain the Lego felt as if they were the Lego. Some kids would even try to teach their Lego how to swim. My cousin did that the last time he came over for Christmas. It was all so funny and dumb. He filled our sink with water and tried to teach the Lego how to swim through. We know that kids love to have fun. As long as they're well fed, they can play all day. However, it's of great importance that we teach kids to be able to differentiate between plays that'll hurt them, like hot water and hot objects. Enjoyed the video? Now watch this one.